my dear students, how are you today? Are you great? I hope so. If your mood is excellent, let's start the lesson of ours. Firstly, let me introduce myself. I am Azizova Dilafruz, the SP teacher of Language Department at Toshkent State Agrarian University. And today's topic is teaching vocabulary. Firstly, as usual, we'll begin from the plan. So, first, definition of the vocabulary. We'll see the definition of the vocabulary. What is the vocabulary itself? Second is the importance of vocabulary. And third, facts about vocabulary learning. And fourth, we'll discuss about types of vocabulary. And fifth, we'll clarify about the vocabulary activities. And as usual, the last one is the conclusion. We'll summarize the topic. Teaching vocabulary. What is lexis? As we know, vocabulary consists of words. Word is a lexis, and lexis is learned in the branch of lexicology. There are two types of vocabulary. First one is passive vocabulary. It is called receptive. It is such kind of vocabulary that learners know and understand when they read or listen. And active vocabulary, it is also called productive because we produce. We try to use it in both reading and speaking skills. Vocabulary is the set of words in a particular language, and it has, as I mentioned, two types, passive and active one. To change the passive into active one, we need to see or hear the word several times. So the teacher should provide meaningful, repetitive activities. The importance of vocabulary. Indeed, vocabulary makes an essential role in the language system. Vocabulary is the bridge to learn other language skills and components. Vocabulary is the core of language. The more vocabulary students learn, the better they will have understanding. They will have better comprehension. Hence, nowadays students are reluctant to learn more new words. What is involved in knowing word? Firstly, we have to know the meaning of that word and form, and of course, we are able to use it in an appropriate and in a correct version. So, it's better to know the meaning, what is the meaning of the word. Without any hesitation, we can just give the definition toward that new word. And according to the form, we'll just divide with the categories. Is it the plural form or singular, or what kind of form is given? It is verb it can be, or just adjective word it can be, or adverb. Different types of forms of the word. And usage also makes an essential role in English system. If we try to learn that new word in an accurate way, we obtain the meaning of the word, and in this time we'll just be confident that we are expressing our opinion with the help of that new word. As I mentioned about that meaning, while we are learning the meaning of the word, it is sometimes possible to show an object with the picture, or just giving a quick demonstration, or drawing a simple picture of the diagram and giving several examples with the help of that new word. And if we talk about the form, it is possible to give the stress patterns of the word, and it is pronunciation, because pronunciation makes so important role in English. According to the British and American version, there are two types, yes. That's why some of the students just mixed up if they are using the pronunciation of that new word in a correct way or not. And showing how the spelling of the word is also so important. Let's look at the usage of that word. It's a good way of using with the collocations of that new word, with the phrases, or just using with the colloquial speech, formal or informal way, it doesn't matter. But anyway, we should be confident, that we should be sure that we are using that this word in our daily life, in our daily speech. And if we talk about the parts of speech, sometimes I advise and suggest some of my students to just keep a diary book and to divide the words into word families like adjectives, adverbs, and prepositions, noun, pronouns, or verbs, different types of word families here. And it is so beneficial for them with highlighting the words and just select the new word into the correct categories of the parts of speech. If we say, as an example, the word of correct, correct belongs to the verb, but if we build correction, the word of correction, it belongs to the noun. If we say this correctly or correctly expressing opinions, it is the adverb here because of adding ly. And if we say corrected essays or corrected tasks, it is the adjective. So with the help of the prefix or suffixes, or with the help of the word usage of the different parts of speech, it is also possible to use different word families. Let's talk about the facts. So, what kind of facts do you know about vocabulary? At the age of 8 and 9-year-old learners can learn only 4 and 5 words in a day. And at the age of 10 or 11, they can learn just 7 or 8 words. You know, acquiring large number of words at the same time is so tough, it's so difficult, because of the fact that our memory cannot store a lot of new words at one time. 18 and 14-year-old learners can just learn 15 and 20 words, but they need to be given separately. 8 and 10 words are given at first, and then after 10 minutes related activity, the rest should be given. Teaching vocabulary can also be unplanned. Teaching may want to give some new vocabulary items related to the topic, which occurs spontaneously. For instance, the teacher may just enter the classroom, and in this way, if the weather is so, let's say, rainy, the teacher may just want to give information or just to explain the topic related to the climate or rain or storm. It is, unplanned teaching. And at this time, it really motivates learners more and save the lesson from being monotonous. Students cannot feel themselves like the boring lesson. They just say it in an active way, and they just raise their hands. They try to participate during the class in an active way. If we talk about university students, at the university, students can learn about 30 words during a year. Let's talk about types of vocabulary. There are 5 types of vocabulary. First is single words like work, place, inspire. All of them were used separately. For example, I work at university, or this is the most captivating place in Toshkent, or I inspire my students to be strong and to be full of common sense. And set phrases like constant prose, cats and dogs, trick or treat, black and white. It is possible to change the place of the words. Constant prose, it means positives and negative sides of something. And cats and dogs, if it is raining heavily, we can say, oh, it's raining cats and dogs. a trick or treat in the let's say in America during the Halloween holiday, people usually play this game, trick or treat, and black and white. Everything has its like ups and downs like this. It has less meaning. And variable phrases: tiny, small, medium, large, huge animals. And variable phrases, they usually are included into the one sphere of the subject. Like it is connected with the geometry or mathematics like this. So turn by turn, each of the words are becoming higher and higher. And phrasal verb is look after, look for, look forward to, look over. It means to just to look after someone with the kindness. You look at that person and you take care of them. And to look for, it means you are searching something, or you search somebody. Look forward to, it means to wait someone or somebody with the passionate that you really desire to wait. And the last one is idioms. So idioms, like a piece of cake, when pigs fly over the moon to bite off more than you can chew. A piece of cake, it means it is so easy. When pigs fly, when you are sure that it is impossible something happen in the reality, you can say that. When pigs fly over the moon, it means that you are so ecstatic. To bite off more than you can chew, it means that usually people advise, or usually people just say each other, do not bite off more than you can chew. It means that you shouldn't load, or you shouldn't carry a lot of luggage or something so heavy into your burden. It's impossible to eat. Let's do some activities. So how do you imagine what is success? Have you ever just resembled success like the iceberg? Do you have any opinion about this imagination? Success in teaching is an iceberg. So what people see, of course, on the top of the sea, we can see only the word success, yes, because people can see only success. But it's like the success, like the iceberg. But under the sea, we can see a lot of persistence, failure, sacrifice, disappointment, good habits, or hard working, and dedications. We have to spend our time, or we have to dedicate our whole time in order to achieve our goal. And we have to work hard. And if sometimes possible, just to start a good habits like getting up early. And it is also possible to be disappointed or to sacrifice, or sometimes it's possible to fail the exams. Yes, at the first time you may just fail some exams, but at that time you shouldn't put up. You should go ahead. You should just go ahead to do that work again and again in order to achieve your real motor, your real goal. And here we can share some experience of teaching so far. It's possible here you can just say something positively that you like, and something you dislike, or some opinion with the person's story, or share some facts or courses or your feelings which is connected with the teaching, let's say, or it can be learning vocabulary, any topics you can just use here, because of changing opinions into another one, because of exchange your opinion into positive way. Yes, as usual, this is the last of the lesson. So it's time to give the home task. The home task will be to make a story and include all the vocabulary words in your writing. Try to find their synonyms and antonyms and give a definition for each of the new words. And the task will be relevant to the sexes as I explained it above. And this is the end of the lesson. If you have any questions or suggestions, you are welcome. You'll just see gmail.com, which is on the screen of the computer. Thanks for your attention, and bye bye for now.